Kemal Akbar, but in short you can call me Ivan. I'm currently studying in mechanical engineering at University of Indonesia. I'm on an exchange semester to the University of Twente, taking two major, or in this case minor studies, which are, the first one is high-tech human touch, GIS or Geographic Information System. The second one is high-tech human touch as well, with the topic of Earth observation. But meanwhile, back of my home university in Indonesia, in University of Indonesia, I took much more of a mechanical engineering into some sort of management, fluid mechanics, and other physics studies, and other physical and mathematical studies. I'm currently on the private room in the library of my University of Twente. Alright, jumping on to the first discussion here, tell your experience with the IISMA program on the pre-departure. So I guess the one valuable lesson that I got from pre-departure is that there were a lot of challenges, but in the end, the moral story behind, I guess, it's about how in uncertainty, there's always a way out. For example, during the application process, I would have to gather many documents in regards to the application that is going to the secretariat of my faculty of mechanical engineering and etc. There were a lot of bureaucracy, and I live far away from Jakarta, so I have my friend help me along the way, which I'm really grateful for. And then on the second issue that I encountered was in regards to visa application. Since I live far, I live about 300 kilometers, I have to carefully plan my trips. But after a lot of cancellation, rescheduling from the center, from the embassy, that was really tough. I also had to plan my strategy in regards to antigen testing, the PCR. But in the end, there were a little bit of hope that they managed to get in my application on time before my departure, which is on the 31st of August. That's also, I think, one of the miracle in many uncertainty that I managed to get through the schedule on time. The third one was in regards to the PCR test before the flight. Since I live far away, as I mentioned, so I have to test twice. The first one at Purwokerto. At that time, it was very late on the weekends, so there weren't many hospitals open, and there I have to either depart sooner to Jakarta 5 days before, so to get another PCR test, or I have to depart late, so I have only two options. So I decided to go on the first one. I departed to Jakarta 5 days earlier just to get another PCR test just in time for my actual flight. So in conclusion, out of all of that uncertainty, there's always a way in my pre-departure experience. Yeah. So the next discussion is tell your experience with the IISMA program during your studies. So as I told you before, my study is quite unique. I took a geographical kind of class or field rather than it's pretty contradictory with my mechanical engineering background. What I really learned from that is in regards to adaptation and how massive the field of geographic was. Like, I cannot have imagined the scale of how impactful it is to our everyday life, such as Google Maps, like we used to drive around towns for navigating. Even in Uber or GoFood, there's the application of geographic information system. So in regards to that, I learned a lot, and what I can take from that, I can take three things to my mechanical engineering background. The first one is in regards to how the application was used, in what way that I could implement this into my mechanical engineering. So I could think of that I could map out such as windmill location, that we could analyze different wind speeds and in regards to climate change, how is it has affected, and from that analysis, then me as a mechanical engineer, I could better design a turbine that suits the location physical property, like the wind speed, for example, if the direction of the wind speed and the height, the elevation, the ground, and etc. A lot of variable that comes to that. So that will be beneficial for that. The second one in regards to image processing is really useful when I want to automate something. Like I studied Python programming. It's something that I used to do to automate a certain task for a certain robot. Like for example, I do UAV, unmanned aerial vehicle, and when we have to take image processing, we can automate it and directly proceed with a 3D image processing and automatically, what can I say, have an instant 3D map of the area that we try to map out. So that will be very helpful in regards to the benefits for the team of my UAV team to get more advanced output, I guess, in regards to the output and the mechanism and the analysis throughout the aerial view. And the lastly that I could move my lesson, my geographical lesson, into my mechanical engineering was in regards to electromagnetic field or radiation, EMR. Since it was really well explained, I could use it in the TEG, thermoelectric couple, that correlates with the current, what can I say, the current project that I have with my professor, which is in regards to a self-efficient refrigerator. There I implemented the module, the TGHG14, I'm sorry if this is wrong, I think it's HZ14, where I could implement those basic electromagnetic concepts and try to get a much better efficient on the refrigerator that we wanted to scale in for the community outreach to reduce food waste in Jakarta and giving the hungry people something to eat. So yeah, those are the 3 lessons that I could take on forward in regards to my future studies in mechanical engineering, and that summarizes the experience that I had with the IISMA program at the University of Twente. I'm officially IISMA biased because IISMA gives platform for the youth to experience something unique. Be bold to go abroad. Bedang and Todzin.